If you look back at all my YouTube videos, you would not be able to gather the fact that I love the Pokemon anime. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that I enjoy the anime as much as I enjoy the games. As much as I love speculating about the games, I also love to talk about Ash and Pikachu and the new challenges they will encounter. Besides, with Ash's recent Alola League victory, the Sun and Moon anime seems to be winding to a close, so it seems like the perfect opportunity to speculate the next anime series. This time our dynamic duo is going to be traveling to the Galar region with some influence from older generations, and I'm sure that we're going to be seeing some epic adventures with some new traveling companions and returning friends to boot. Also, I know it doesn't say it in the title, but I'm also going to throw in some surprise hopes because this is my video and I can. But anyway, without further ado, my name is Shiny Zoroark, and here are my predictions for the Pokemon Sword and Shield anime. So let's start with a bold prediction. With this new series, I expect to see somewhat of a return to form. Don't get me wrong, this show will still be different than the older series, but not in the same way Sun and Moon was. Anyway, these games present a different take on the Pokemon League than the previous generations, and while I think that'll affect the anime a bit, I don't think it'll change too much. I mean, Pokemon League battles are already shown to be highly viewed events, and that's how gym battles and Champion Cup battles are being presented as in these new games. But that being said, we do know from the recent announcement at the beginning of the month that this will involve all the regions, so expect some changes from older generations. Another thing I don't expect to change is Ash. Let's think realistically here. He's probably going on a journey through Galar with some out-of-region influence. The anime has always been about Ash and Pikachu, and that's not going to change. Some people think they will continue with the recent movie version of Ash, but I also don't see that happening because those movies were mostly made for nostalgia catering, and also those movies aren't that good in my opinion. And that's also far from an unpopular opinion, so why would they continue a character from movies that most people didn't like? Not only that, but like, come on. If they end Ash's journey and make a new character, then sure, but if they just choose this new Ash, then what would be the point? You'd be erasing the years of Ash Ketchum we had already. But while we're on the topic of the I Choose You movie, apparently it was meant to be a Sun and Moon movie where all of Ash's older companions came back to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. It was scrapped. But if that's the case, I really think that they might be trying to do that, but flesh it out into its own anime series. I think we're gonna see a lot of callbacks to past seasons and reunions with past characters, and if that happens, I'm all open for that, because I miss all the older characters. It'd be cool if Ash brought back some older Pokemon too. Maybe we're gonna see an epic finale with every major character from the anime, a la Avengers Endgame. While it's hella unlikely, it would be pretty cool, though I hope that wouldn't mean we aren't gonna see more significant new characters as well. If Ash is gonna have standard companions like in previous generations, I think Sonia is gonna be one of them. Sonia is a bit older than female companions in the past, so I think she could be this region's version of Brock or Clement, which would set up this region to have some minute differences. Realistically, Hop is gonna be that comic relief-esque rival like Barry was, but I think another cool route they could take is having him travel with Ash. Obviously, they're both gonna be going for the Champion Cup, so seeing a great friendship and a sparking rivalry develop at the same time would be awesome, and having them alternate between who wins and loses battles throughout the season, culminating in an awesome finale battle at the Champion Cup would be awesome, kind of like Ash's relationship with Kiawe, except with a way better payoff. Also, if they made Hop and Sonia Ash's traveling buddies, then Hop and Sonia would both have some relation to Leon. Sonia and the Champion were childhood friends, and he and Hop are brothers. Another realistic choice could be Milo as the Clement replacement, and Bee, because I'm getting some vibes from her that remind me of characters like Misty and Iris that could make for a good companion. Also, holy shit, look at those feet. Marnie will probably end up like the Gladion-esque character, but obviously she has that whole Team Yell dynamic, which would play a compelling role in the show. An interesting little tidbit is that at least one of Ash's fellow travelers since Sinnoh has had a Pikachu clone. Dawn had Pachirisu, Iris had a Molga, and Bonnie had Dedenne, which immediately puts Marnie in the running to journey with Ash. But I don't think it's all that likely. However, it would make for a pretty captivating story. But how will we transition from Sun and Moon to this new series? Well, let's see. Obviously, Ash just won the Alola League, and we know that Galar is called the Champion Cup and that you need an endorsement to partake in it. I'm gonna predict that before the end of the Alola anime, after the Guzzlord arc is over and the ending ceremony for the league is rightfully finished, Ash is gonna meet Chairman Rose for the first time. Rose will have traveled to Alola after seeing Ash on TV and invite him to take part in the Alola League. Maybe Ash will receive an endorsement from the chairman, or maybe someone like the Masked Royal will endorse him. Either way, I think there will be a Gen 8 character that helps transition us from Alola to Galar, while keeping some form of fluidity between the two, unlike what we saw between the end of X, Y, and Z and the beginning of Sun and Moon. If I was the one behind writing the Pokemon anime, I would frame it like this. Fair warning, this is literally just my and more shipping fanfiction from this point onward. Before Ash is finished with his time in Alola, he comes across a character relevant to the Galar region, just like my prediction. So Ash takes his break between seasons in Kanto like usual, before heading off to the region of Galar. His flight lands in this city that's based on London, and when he steps out of the airport, he sees a giant video board on a building displaying what seems to be a Pokemon performance. He notices a Braixen and quickly comes to realize it's none other than Serena, his traveling companion from Kalos. After becoming the top coordinator in Hoenn, Serena decided to travel to the Galar region where Pokemon performances had just become popular. Ash figures out where the performance is and goes to the venue right as Serena is walking out, and then they catch up at a nearby cafe. During the visit, they figure out that they both are planning on journeying through the Galar region, so they start their journey from there. I don't really care what happens after that as long as it's good, because I'm a die-hard Amore shipper and I just want Serena to come back. In a perfect world, Clement and Bonnie also come back, but that 100% won't happen, and to be honest, my main hope is just that Serena comes back. Sorry, I am an X, Y, and Z shill. I'm just gunning for her because she was my favorite character from X and Y and potentially the entire anime. But yeah, other than Serena coming back, I don't really have any other big hopes for the anime. I mean, I do want a lot of older characters to come back, and it seems like that will happen. I'm imagining a reunion between Ash and Paul, and the battle that would ensue would be nothing short of epic. But that being said, what did you think? Did you like my predictions, and are my hopes too far out there? Let me know in the comments and subscribe and stuff, you know the drill. I'm very excited for the future of the Pokemon anime in a post-Ash winning the league world. But on a different note, this is the first time that I've posted 3 videos in 1 month in a long time, and I don't plan on ending that streak anytime soon, so I gotta get back to work on my next Pokemon video, and with that out of the way, my name is Shiny Zoroark, and I bid you adieu.